Hi, I'm Laura Martin Bovard, and you found me today on the Divine Download. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I would be so appreciative. Today, I want to talk about something that is a forbidden topic in my world, and it's all about sex and pleasure. So if you know anything about me, if you followed me for even a short bit, you've probably heard me mention about my upbringing, which was Pentecostal, baby. And the Pentecostals do not like us to talk about pleasure. They don't like us to talk about sex. And in fact, it is such a taboo topic that I still don't talk about it at 53 years old. And I have not lived at home for more than 40 years. But the conditioning was so intense and it was so constant that the neural pathways were wired that anytime we talk about sex or pleasure, there is so much shame attached to it. Can you relate to that? It's so shameful and so embarrassing that even an audacious, outgoing, irreverent divine hustler such as myself really finds ways to not talk about it publicly. But I'm changing all that, and here's why. I have discovered in the last couple of years, especially in the work that I've done with Regena Thomashauer from Mama Gena, School of Womanly Arts, and what I have learned through that work is that when I feel filled up, when I feel turned on, when I feel lit up from the inside out, then I have so much more me to give to people and the world and to my community and to my family. And so how do we talk about what that means to be a turned on woman? A turned on woman doesn't necessarily mean that we are sexually turned on, but that's what I have done is collapse pleasure and turn on into something sexual. And it can be sexual, right? But when we're taught as women that our sex and our pleasure are for the sake of men, or that we are performing so that we can get something from men, then pleasure does not belong to us. It belongs to somebody else outside of us, and that's not sustainable. What is sustainable is when we are able to tap in truly to our own pleasure and our own turn on. And people keep asking me what's different about me the last couple of years. And I have been still, even after all the training I've done the last couple of years, I've still been a little shy about sharing why I'm so lit up. And it's because I have discovered that path and that avenue home to myself through my own turn on. And so through my own turn on means having a body temple that I take such exquisite care of now, not so that I can look a certain way to get approval from men, from my husband, from anyone outside of me. I truly have my body in amazing shape and looking the best it's looked since I was, maybe ever at the almost age of 54, because now I'm doing it through the avenue and through the lens of my own turn on. So one of the ways that I have tapped into finding my own pleasure and finding my own turn on is through the daily rituals of preparing my body for the day, for example. So really slowing that process down and lingering and spending time with myself instead of rushing through. I really take the moment to do a little bit of eye gazing, putting lotion on very sensually and very softly just for me. But it also translates to the practice of feeding myself and feeding my family. So when I'm selecting produce, even at the farmer's market, or when I'm preparing that produce, when I'm rubbing oil on the kale, I am noticing as I've found my own turn on that it's translating to these daily rituals and these daily habits. And if you're a beauty maker like I am, that then can translate into your work. So now when I'm selecting materials to go into my clients' homes, or if I'm looking for vendors who manufacture products that are more a part of this attitude of the slow movement, right? So things that are made with soul and made with care and made with artistry, that is a turn on also. That brings me tremendous pleasure to know that every item I've selected from the start of my day, practicing self-care, nourishing my body temple, and then carrying that over into my daily practice of selecting fabrics, materials, and beauty. So you can see when we tap into that slowdown, that is a part of the sensual pleasure of just being a woman, of being feminine, of being a human who loves the connection to the sensual arts, that makes us richer as beauty makers. So pleasure isn't just sex. Pleasure is the turn on of the sensual art of consuming and loving your body, Mother Earth, your work that you do, just through the art of being feminine and slowing down and appreciating what makes life so beautiful. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the video if you did, and share it with friends. And then please subscribe, because I would love to grow this channel. I would love to have more people join this tribe of beauty makers who are tapping into their authenticity and their turn on. And I hope you will be a part of that.